Reklame.
Hi guys, good evening. Today we'll be gonna learn about the coding round that is Python, which will be asked. So basically, what is Python? So so basically, what is Python? So what is Python, guys? Python is nothing but it is a programming language and it is object oriented. What is object oriented? Object oriented is nothing but it gives a code with a combination of classes and objects which forms a proper structure of code. So what is Python? Python is a object oriented programming language and object oriented is nothing but it gives a proper structure of code. What's the structure for this? Hi Harish, what about what structure you're asking here? May I know? Still we are in the definition, Harish. Structure is nothing but how you will implement a code with the help of OOPS. OOPS is nothing but object oriented. Yes, I'll be explaining about the coding part also, but first I need to explain the theory concepts. Later on, I'll be explaining coding part. Theory with coding. Okay, guys, what is Python? Python is nothing but it is a object oriented programming language and it is a high level interpreted language. What is high level interpreted language? What is high level interpreted language? You people can say your answers through the comment box. You have that access, I guess. So you people can answer here. What is high level interpreted language? Okay. High level interpreted language is nothing but it is a human understandable language. Okay, so what is the definition for Python now? It is a object oriented programming language and it is a high level interpreted language. Understood with the definition? If you are understood, please do comment yes. Understood with the definition? Okay, next coming to the history of Python. Who created this Python? So if we come to the history of Python, the first thing, Guno van Rossum is the person who invented Python in the year 1980s. He designed this Python in the year 1980s and this Python came into existence on February 1991. Understood the history of Python? This Python is an old fairy language which is created by Guido van Rossum, the person who invented the Python, and it was designed in the year 1980 and it came into existence on February 1991. And next, why this Python is created? You people can answer no. What is the use of this Python? We have other languages like Java, C, C++. Before Python, we have these languages. No. So we can use that languages only. Why we have to use this Python? What is the use of this Python? Guys, my voice is audible, right? People are hearing my voice? Say yes or no. Is it audible? Any distractions in the audio? So why this Python was created? In 1980s, this Guido van Rossum, who was working on Amoeba Distributed Operating System Group, he invented this. Like he wanted to use an interpreted language. As I said in the definition, what is interpreted language? It is nothing but a human understandable language. So this ABC has a simple, easy to understand. Okay, so here what he decided, he wanted to bring a human understandable language so that he created this Python. Understood why this Python came into existence and why it is created? Java, C, C++, compared to all that languages, this Python is very easy language and it will be like a common English. Understood? Only Harish is answering. What about others? Next, coming to the features. The first feature is it is a simple language which is easier to learn. Yes or no, guys? Is it a simple language which is easier to learn compared to other programming languages? It is a simple language, right? Compared to Java, C, C++, this is a simple language which is human understandable language. Next, free and open source. Okay, guys, tell me one thing. You'll be executing C, C++, Java and all. So how many websites you people know or how many applications you people know to execute all these applications? Hardly 3 to 4. But coming to this Python, we have more than 10 plus websites or applications. Those are like VS Code, Online Python compiler, Programize, Google Colab, Jupyter Notebook, PyCharm, IDLE, LeetCode, HackerRank, HackerEarth, and all these websites are free and you can utilize it. And these are free. Like you need not to pay for this. Understood? Next, portability. See, we are writing one code in one, like we are writing a code in Visual Studio. The same code we can write in Google Colab, right? We can copy paste the code, right? We can take one code from one application to another application, one website to another website. Yes or no? Next, what is the extension of Python? Extensible and embeddable. What is the extension of Python? Extension of Python. .py. Good, Harish. What is the extension of Python? It is nothing but .py. Next, a high-level interpreted language. As I said in the definition, what is high-level interpreted language? What is high-level interpreted language? I said more than 3 to 4 times. So what is high-level interpreted language? Yeah, it is a human understandable language. Yes or no? Next, large standard libraries to solve the common tasks. So how many libraries do you know in Python? How many libraries you people know in Python? Like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, and so on. Yes or no? To solve all these common tasks, we will be using the large standard libraries. Next, object-oriented. What is object-oriented? What is object-oriented? You can tell in basic. What is object-oriented? Object-oriented is nothing but it is a combination of classes and objects which gives a proper structure of code. You are writing a code using this object oriented. You will be getting with the use of classes and objects. Very good, Harish. You are answering in a proper way. Good try. Keep going. Next, understood with the features. Any doubts in the features? Any doubts in the features? Any doubts in the features, guys? Okay. Next, applications. So what is the first application? What is the first application here? The first application is web application. How we can use this web application? Yeah, machine learning is one. Yeah, that is true. Okay, here we have web application. What is web application? Now it is a web, like how this web application is application of Python. How this web application is an application of Python. Full stack. We are discussing about Python. How come full stack here, Harish? For example, we are creating one website like hospital management system, school management system. For all that, we'll be using some coding part and all. Yeah, you can use. You can use Arish. You can use as a backend. So for that web applications, we can use like for we are doing hospital management system. We'll be having like domains. For example, like Am I audible? Am I audible? Next, scientific and numeric computing. Why we use the scientific and numeric computing? The scientific and numeric computing are used for, first let's discuss about the scientific. The scientific is used for bar graph, charts and all. To execute all this bar graph, pie charts, all these things will be using scientific computing. And coming to the numeric computing, to solve the tables. To solve the tables, we'll be using this numeric computing. Developing websites and software, task automation, data analysis and data visualization. Okay, what is task automation? What is task automation? Okay, here let's come back to the topic. Creating software to prototypes. How we can create a software prototypes here? Automating the regular task. Good, Harish. So how we can create a software prototype here? This creating software prototype and web application is linked. See, whatever the projects we are doing, we can do with the help of application in our websites, as well as we can create a software and we can do our projects. Next, it is a good language to teach programming. Compared to other languages, it is a good language to teach programming. Next, coming to the first topic, that is Python variables. So what are Python variables? Python variables are nothing but it contains and stores the values. What are Python variables? So what are Python variables? In basic, what are Python variables? Whatever we are storing the values to the variable, those values are called as variables, and this Python variables are not statically typed. Static is nothing but constant. This Python variables are not static. Understood? It is not static. It is dynamic. And we need not to declare the variables before using them or declare their type. So before using, we need not to declare this variable. And we can create the variable at the moment when we assign the first value. Whenever we assign the first value, at that time, we can create a variable. And if we see the example here, variable is equals to Python print variable. What is var? What is this var? Var is nothing but a variable, and Python is nothing but the value which are storing under the variable. So we are printing that variable. So what would be our output here? What would be our output? Variable is the variable name and Python is a value which are storing to the variable, and you are printing the variable. What would be our output? What would be our output? Python. Yes, Python would be our output. Understood with the definition of a variable and the example? Understood? Understood with the definition and the example of variable? Next, as I said, we'll be having some rules to create a variable. What is the first rule? The first rule is a Python variable name must start with a letter or a underscore, but it should not start with any number. See, when you are defining a variable, or when you are giving a value to the variable, you need to check it should start with only letter or a underscore. Number should not be included here. That is the first rule. Coming to the second rule, this Python variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscores. See here, it should not contain any special characters. So this Python variable name can contain only alphanumeric characters. What are alphanumeric characters here? What are alphanumeric characters? Alphanumeric characters are nothing but numbers and alphabets. It should contain only numbers and alphabets and underscore, but it should not contain any special characters. Coming to the next rule, these variables in Python are case sensitive. Good. Good, Harish. Next, variables in Python names are case sensitive. See guys, in the braces I gave three different names. Name, name and name. In this, these are three different variables. Yes or no? This name will be allocated once or thrice. My doubt is this name, name and name here complete. The first name is in a lowercase. The second one is starting with uppercase. Remaining characters are lowercase. And third one are completely uppercase. So it will allocate in a three different formats or in only one format. All are different variable names. Yes. Why? Because it is a case sensitive. Yes, Arish, good. Next, reserved words. What are reserved words in Python? What are reserved words? What are reserved words? Yes, it is nothing but the predefined keywords that can't be used as a variable name. So what are the rules we have to follow? The Python variable name must start with a letter or a underscore. It should not start with any number. A Python variable can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscores, but should not contain any special characters. And these variables in Python are case sensitive. And like the reserved words in Python cannot be used as a variable. Understood? Understood with the rules of Python? Yes or no? Understood? Understood? Keywords in Python are reserved words that have special meaning and purpose. Durga Prasad. Keywords in Python are reserved words that have special meaning and purpose. What are keywords? Okay, here, if we see the example, what we are doing here, this example is completely based on the rules which we have discussed. If we see the first example here, completely the variable name is in a lowercase. In the next line, the starting letter is in uppercase, remaining all the characters are in lowercase. Again, in the next variable, Yeah, Harish, definition is nothing here. Like if else, int, float, character, all that it should not use at the time of declaration. Here, starting in a third declaration, we have P in the uppercase, and we are using underscore in between the characters. And again, in a fourth declaration, we are using underscore at the starting. In the fifth declaration, we are using underscore at the ending. And in the sixth, what we are doing? We are giving underscore in between, like starting and ending, and in between the starting and ending we are giving a characters within the uppercase, and we are printing the statements. So here this program is completely based on the rules which we have discussed. Understood? So now what you people will do in the sense, open your Python online compiler and do execute this code and type the output which you got in a comment box. True, false, else, import, break, if, finally, is, good, and global. Yes, Durga, good. So now please execute this code, all of you. Open your online Python compiler and execute this code. Once it is done, uh, comment your output in the comment box. So you people are executing. Harish, you are doing? If you are doing, say yes. You are executing, Harish. And Durga, you are executing. Okay, next topic. Variable assignment in Python. Here we'll be defining a variable in Python with the use of, or with the assignment of number. Number is nothing but integer, floating point is nothing but float, and character is nothing but string. So in how many ways we will be assigning a variable in Python? In the form of integer, in the form of floating point, and in the form of string. If we see the example, this age is a variable name and 45 is the value which we are assigning this 45 value to the variable name called age. Coming to the next, salary is a variable name and 14 56.8 is a value which you're storing under the salary. And name is the variable name, and John is the value which you're storing under the variable name called name. And you're printing age, salary, and name. So what would be our output then? What would be our output? What would be our output for this program? Harish, are you there? Can you tell the output for this program? If you're not getting the output, you can execute the code. Yes, 45, 14, 56.8, and John. Good, Harish. Shall we go for the next concept? Understood with variable assignment in Python? So in three ways we can assign a variable in Python. That is with the help of integer, with the help of floating point, and with the help of string. Understood? Understood with the variable assignment? Yes. Next, declaration and initialization of variables. What is this declaration and what is this initialization? Is there any difference between this declaration and initialization? Is there any difference between declaration and initialization? What is declaration and what is initialization? You guess both are same. Is there any difference between declaration and initialization? Harish, you gave a correct answer. I was expecting others to answer. Whatever the values you are declaring to a variable, or whatever the value you're initializing to the variable, that is called declaration and initialization. Here what we are doing here, for number, what is number here? Number is nothing but the variable name, and 100 is the value. You are storing the value 100 to the variable name called number. So if we print the number, what would be our output? 100 will be our output. Understood? Understood with this declaration and initialization part? Understood? Next, redeclaring variables in Python. What is this concept, redeclaring variables? Why we have to use this concept here? What is this redeclaring concept? So once we declare a variable, if you want to redeclare or if you want to change the value name, at that time we can redeclare the variable. So basically in a HR round, you will be getting a question based on this redeclaring variable. They'll ask how to redeclare a variable in Python. The question will be like how to redeclare a variable in Python. So what do people need to answer? You have to answer like redeclare is the keyword. We'll be using redeclare keyword to redeclare a variable in Python. So here if we see the example, first thing I'm giving number is a variable name and the value is 100. So I want to change this 100 to 120. So my first variable name is 100. That is number is equals to 100. I have to change this 100 to 120. So what the keyword I'm using? Redeclare. So what would be my output? Before declaration it will be 100 and after redeclare it will be 120.3. So execute this code. Change the values like take the number is equals to 20 and that 20 should get changed to the 40. So execute the code assigning a value. Okay. For what you answered this question, Durga? What was my question? So execute, take down the question. Like you have declared the number is equals to 40. You have to change that 40 to the 20. So how you will change and what would be your output? People need to execute and tell me the output. Ma'am, what is the difference between print and printf? This print is general term for outputting the information, but this printf is a specific function that formats and outputs. So here, if we ask the purpose, this print is used for Python and Java. Print function is used for Python and Java, and this printf is used in C++. Understood, Harish? Print is used for Python and Java. Printf is used for C++. Done with the coding? Got the output? Yes, good. Next. What is the next concept? The next concept is Python assign values to the multiple variables. See guys, we can assign a values for multiple variables, and we can assign the values for the multiple variables. Like same value to the multiple variables, different value to the multiple variables. That is the difference. First, we go through the same values to the multiple variables. Here, what we are doing? We are assigning the same value, that is 10. 10 is the value which we are assigning for both A, B, and C. So then what will be our output? A is equals to 10, B is equals to 10, and C is equals to 10. So what we are doing here? We are assigning the same values to the multiple variables. And next topic, assigning different values to the multiple variables. So what we are doing here? We are assigning the different values. What are the values? A, B, C. What is A, what is B, and what is C? What is this A, B, and C? What is this A, B, and C, guys? A, B, and C are not the values. Variable names. Variable names. Good, Harish. A, B, C are the variables names, and 120.2 Python are the values. So what will be our output then? A is equals to 1, B is equals to 20.2, and C is equals to Python. Understood? Understood with the variables concept? Any doubts in the variable concept? Harish and Durga? Any doubts in the variable concept? If you have any doubts, let me know. Harish, any doubts? No, right? Okay. I'll be giving one question. Yeah, good. So take the question and try to solve this code. If you're not able to solve, I'll solve. I implement a code. Take down the question, guys. Implement a code for calendar. Implement a code for calendar. Implement a code for the calendar and give the inputs and give the inputs as month and year. The input should be month and year, and you have to implement a code for calendar. So if you give a month and year, the total month time, like full calendar, should get displayed. You people try to implement the code for this question. You people got my question? Understood with the question? Understood with the question? Guys, understood with the question? Yeah, try to solve. Yes, import calendar, print calendar dot month. Yes, Harish, the logic is correct. You try to implement the output. Actually, your logic is absolutely correct. See, guys, is my screen visible? Whatever Harish you said, it is absolutely right. So first we have to import the calendar. If you ask what is import, this import is a function. You have to import the calendar as per the question I gave. You have to get the output through the year and month. So we'll be giving year is equals to int of input of enter year, and month is equals to int of input of enter the month, and you'll be displaying print calendar for month name and here. So if I execute this, so I'll be entering 2024, 2025, and I'll be entering March. So complete March timetable will get displayed here. Understood? Understood? Understood with the understood with the coding part, Harish and Durga? Yes, try to execute this code, both of you. Execute this code in your online Python compiler. Try to execute. Yes, try to execute, guys. No, no, Harish. The last advanced questions, which I'll be discussing with you people on the basis of topics. From the next data types topics, you'll be getting the advanced questions. You'll be having HR round. In that, you need like this basic questions they'll be asking. So that I'll be covering both basic and advanced. Got the output? Both of you got the output? Harish and Durga got the output? Do answer, guys. You people got the output? Yes. Okay, let's go for the next concept. Yes. The next concept is Python data types. So, what are Python data types? In basic, what are Python data types? This data types represents the kind of the value that tells what operations can be performed on particular data. Ananya, what is the definition for data types? It is types of data. No. Harish, try to answer. What are data types? This data types are nothing but it tells what operations can be performed on particular data. So, what are the operations that will perform on the particular data? So, how many types of data types do we have in Python? How many types we have? This int, float. These are the subtypes, Ananya. Int, float are the subtypes. You need to tell the main types. Yeah, main types 6. What are those? Numeric, sequence, boolean, set, dictionary, and binary. And next, see here, we have the flowchart here. Guys, my voice is audible. Am I audible? Yeah. So, under numeric, we have integer, complex, and float. And under sequence, we have string, list, tuple. Did you people go through the data types? So in total, how many data types we have? Total 6. What are those? What are those? Numeric, sequence, Boolean, set, dictionary, and binary. Coming to the numeric data type. What is this numeric data type here? What is this numeric data type? This numeric data type in Python represents the data that has a numeric value. What does it do? It represents the data that has a numeric value, and that numeric value can be in the form of int, float, and complex. What is integer? What is integer in basic? What is integer, guys? Yes, that stores numbers. Good, Durga. Next, what is float? Float is nothing but decimal values. And what is complex? What is complex? It is a real part with imaginary. For example, I have an example that is 2 plus 3j. In this 2 plus 3j, which is the real part and which is the imaginary part? In this 2 plus 3j, which is real part, which is imaginary part? 3j is imaginary and 2 is real. Good, Harish. Next, let's go for the example. Here, this is example which is related to the numeric data type. So what is the example here? A is equals to 5. What is A here? A is a variable and 5 is a value, and we are printing the statement that is type of A. So we are giving the type of A. So what would be our output? Either 5 or int. What would be our output? We will get 5 as output or a int as output. Harish, what will be our output? Int. Yes. Next, B is equals to 5.0. And again, we are printing the type of B. What is type of B here? Float. And C is equals to 2 plus 4j. And the same thing, you are defining the type of C. What will be the type of C? Complex. Now, execute this code. I'll give 5 minutes time. Execute this code and let me know if it is completed. Let's go for the next type. Is it done? Yes, Harish, good. And let's go for the next concept. Sequence data type. What is sequence data type? The sequence data type in Python or the ordered collection of similar or different data types. So in the sequence data types, we have three types. Those are string, list, and tuple. So what is string? What is string, guys? Yes, it is not set of it is a set of characters. So it is a what is a string? A string is a collection of one or more characters that puts in a single quote, double quote, or triple quotes. So if we take an example here, see, this example is related to the single quote, double quote, and triple quote. So here string 1 is the variable and we are giving a value that is welcome to the Python world within the single quotes. And the same statement we are printing out string with the use of single quote and we are printing the statement. So what will be our output? Welcome to the Python program. And next, again, we are using string 1 is equals to am a developer with the use of double quotes. And we are printing the string 1. I have one doubt here. Why am using this type of string 1 here? Why should I use type here? What is the use of this type 1? What is the use of this type of string 1? Yes, it is for typecasting. So the next we are using with the use of triple quotes, and next we are printing the same statement, that is code for life, with the help of multi-line string. Guys, understood with the definition? Understood with the definition? And understood with the example? Yes or no? Execute the code. Execute the code. So what is typecasting? Muhib, what is typecasting? You said it is for typecasting. What is typecasting? Harish, you are executing the code. It is used to know the type of the data type, ma'am. Yes, good Muhib. Harish, are you executing? Is it completed or still you are executing? Harish, Durga and Muhib, you are executing or it is completed? If you are still executing, tell drop a message in a comment box that you are still executing. Okay. Understood with the strings? Let's go for the next concept. The next concept is list. What is the next concept? List. What is list? A list in Python is a built-in data structure that is used to store an ordered collection of items. What is the use of this list? A list in Python is a built-in data structure that is used to store an ordered collection of items. And this list is a ordered collection. So what is ordered collection here? What is ordered collection here? What is ordered collection? What is ordered collection? It is defined in a sequence format, and for this list we will be having the position and the index value. We will be having the position and the index value. Coming to the next, that is mutable. What is mutable? Harish, what is mutable? What is mutable? Mutable is nothing but you can change the values. Once a list is created, for example, you have created one list that is list 1 is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have to change that list into 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can add a new values or you can remove the previous one. What is mutable? You can change the values once after you have created the list. You already created the list, but even though you can change the values, that is mutable. Understood, Harish? Mutable is nothing but you can change the values. How you can change? You can add, you can remove, you can update in a list. Understood? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. Next, heterogeneous. What is heterogeneous here? This list contains items of different data types. Guys, my voice is audible? Guys, am I audible? Am I audible? Okay. What is dynamic here? What is dynamic? Yes, dynamic is nothing but it keeps on changing. Good, Harish. Next, indexing and slicing. What is indexing and what is slicing? What is indexing and what is slicing? Array index will start from. Array index will start from. Yes, indexing means positioning. You'll be giving the position. Slicing means splitting. Good, Harish. And tell me, array index will start from 0. Yes, Mohib. And ends with array index will start from 0 and ends with array index will end with n minus 1. Good. Good, Harish. Next, creating a list. So, in how many ways you can create a list? in four ways. What are that ways? List containing integers, list containing strings, and list containing mixed type, creating a nested list. If we see the example, we have number is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is it containing with the integers. Next, list contain with the string. String is nothing but set of characters. That is apple, banana, and cherry. And list with a mixed type. What is mixed type here? Combination of other data types. Other data types in the sense integer, string, like that. And what is nested list? What is nested list? What is nested list, Harish? What is nested list? List in another list. Yes. List inside the list. Yes. Good, Harish, and good, Mohib. Next. This is example related to the creating a list. The next topic is related to the access. So how you will access a list? How you will access the list? You can access the list by accessing the first element, by accessing the last element, and by accessing the listed list. Guys, see, I know it is a basic, but in HR round, this type of questions only they'll ask because you'll be clearing all the advanced technical round. But if you wanna clear the HR round, even you should be aware of the basics also. So even concentrate on this also. So in how many ways we can access the list? We can access the first element, we can access the last element, and we can access the nested list. So for example, in the example, I have fruit is equals to apple, banana, and cherry. So print fruit of 0. So I'm printing the fruit of 0. What will be my output there? What will be my output? Harish, what will be the output? Yeah, if you want to, if you want to print the entire list, you need to use the for loop. Okay. Yes, Harish, you are right. Did you execute the code? Understood how to access the list? Next, modifying the list elements. How you will modify the list element? Since the list is mutable, mutable is nothing but you can modify. Yes or no? Here I have one list that is fruit is equals to apple, banana, and cherry. So I am adding blueberry to the list. So what will be our output then? What will be our output? Harish, what will be our output? Here we are giving fruit is equals to apple, banana, and cherry, and I'm adding a new item that is blueberry to the list. So what will be our output? Apple, blueberry, banana, and cherry. Very good, Harish. But why this blueberry after apple? We can give it the end also. Know why? Because we are giving the position fruit of 1. 1 is nothing but the position you are giving. Understood? Yes or no? Understood? Yes or no? Do answer, guys. Okay. Next, adding elements in the list. So we can add an element, we can remove an element. So first let's see how to add an element. We can add the element at the end of the list, and we can insert the element at the specific position, and we can extend a list with another list. So here we have fruit is equals to apple banana. This apple banana is my fruit list. What I'm doing here, I'm appending. What is append here? What is append? What is append? Append is nothing but join at the end. And what is extend? What is extend? Join the full set at the end. So what we are doing here, fruit is the variable name, and we are doing the append of cherry. So what will be our output for the first? What will be our output for this append function? Adding the element at the end of the list. What will be our output? Apple, banana, and cherry. Okay, next, inserting the element at the specific position. The next example is inserting the element at the specific position. We are inserting an element, we are giving the position, and our output will be apple, banana. Harish, how come orange? I'm asking for the insert the element at the specific position. For the second one, I'm asking. Yeah, it is for extend. Next, apple, blueberry, banana. Yes, Harish, you're good. Understood with the adding elements in list? Understood? Understood? Say yes or no. Yes. Let's go for the next concept, that is removing elements from a list. So, how we will be removing the elements? Here I have a set of list, that is apple, banana and cherry. So, what we are doing here? We are removing the element by giving the value. We can remove the element by giving the value. So, what I'm doing here? I'm giving the value banana and I'm removing the element. So, what will be my output then? Fruit is equals to, what will be the output? What will be our output, Harish? Apple and cherry. Good. Next, we are what? The next we are popped item. What is popped here? You people know stack, right? Push pop. Push is nothing but adding the element. Pop is nothing but removing the element. So what we are doing here? We are giving the position. What is the position? I am giving fruit dot pop of 0. Pop of 0 is nothing but pop of position 0. So what will be our output now? What will be our output? We are giving position 0 and we are popping out. So what will be our output? Yeah, apple will get popped out. So what will be our output? Banana we removed previously. In the first thing we removed banana is removed. And what is the remaining one? Banana is removed in the element by value. Apple is removed in the pop. And the remaining one is cherry. And what I'm doing? Fruit dot clear. I'll clear all the set. What I'll do? I'll clear the complete list. So what will be my output? What will be my output? Okay. Try to execute this code, all of you. Execute this code and try to write the output in a comment box. I want everyone to write the output in a comment box. Execute it and write the output in a comment box. Got the output? You people got the output? Banana, cherry, cherry, after clear. Yes. Good, Harish. Well tried. Next, what is the next concept? Slicing the list. So here we can slice the list by giving the index values, and we can slice the list by giving, by including and excluding. We can slice the list with the help of the index value by 4. This is all the examples. Here we have a list, that is number is equals to 1 to 9, and what I'm doing here, I'm printing the number from 2 to 5. So what will be my output? I'm doing the slicing from 2 to 5. So what will be my output? I'm doing slicing from 2 to. Yes, 3, 4 and 5. Next, again, I'm printing the number from colon 3. What is this colon 3 here? What is this colon 3? What is this colon 3? So what will be our output? And next we are printing the number 4 colon. And the next we are printing the number from colon 2. What is this colon 2? What will be our output? We are slicing. So what will be the output for the first one? That is 2 is to 5. What will be our output? 2 is to 5. What will be our output? 3, 4 and 5. What will be our output for is to 3? What will be our output for is to 3, Harish? What will be our output? Yeah, is to 3. Next, is to 3. Harish, execute the code. You are executing for all. Yes. And what will be the output for colon 2? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Yes, Harish. Good. You understood with the slicing how the list will get sliced? Understood with the slicing? Any doubts in the slicing? Any doubts in the slicing? Any doubts, Harish? No, right? Okay. Next concept. Any doubts with the list? Guys, any doubts in the variables list? Whatever the concepts which we have discussed today, any doubts in that? Any doubts? No doubts? Clear? Okay, I'll be giving some questions. You people try to solve it for tomorrow. Understood? I'll give the questions. Some technical questions. Okay. Guys, take down the questions. Tomorrow I'll be asking you people to tell the output with logics. So the first question, take down the first question. You have to write a Python program to check the validity of the passwords. Like the input should be given by the user. Harish, these sort of questions they'll be asked. These are the advanced questions which I'm giving now. Take down the question, write a Python program to check the validity of passwords, that the input should be given by the user validation. And we have to follow some set of rules, that is at least one letter between lowercase a to z and one letter between uppercase a to z. The next condition is at least one number between 0 to 9 and at least one special character should be included, and minimum length of the password should be 6 characters, maximum length of the password should be 16 characters. So what logic you have to follow? And what are the rules you have to follow? Yeah, you can use if. If you can use if condition, you can execute, Harish. So you have to follow some set of rules, that is one letter. If you are creating a password, that one letter should be from lowercase a to z, uppercase a to z, and one number from 0 to 9, and one special character, minimum length 6 and maximum length is 16. So you can try now. I'll be waiting for 5 more minutes. If it is possible, you can try now. I'll wait. Or you people will answer tomorrow. You people will answer tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow, the same time, you should log in. Okay, Arish. Thank you.